Fine. Take it away.
Wonderful. Taina and Nina, thank you so much. Thank you for the invitation to be part of tonight. It was funny, you know, when I first started in villas and I was doing the webinars on Wednesdays, they were called Wednesdays with Willie, where I literally would spend a Wednesday night showing our advisors everything there was to know about villas, selling villas, and growing the overall villa business. But you know, just sitting here and just seeing all of the training and everything that you guys offer, I am just in awe of just the incredible support that you provide the advisors. I work with a lot of agency networks that are out there, and you all by far have among the best programs that I've ever seen in my 32 years. So tremendous kudos to everybody over at Evolution Travel. And Nina, I would love to attend your conference if possible in Vegas and spend some quality time and maybe even show the advisors some of the villa product we have in Las Vegas, right on the strip. That would be fantastic. But as Taina mentioned, my name is Willie Fernandez. I am the Chief Marketing Officer here at Rental Escapes. I have been in the industry for 32 years. I spent the first 26 years of my career primarily in the cruise industry. And a good portion of that, I was a travel advisor myself. The last 6 years, I have spent them in the luxury villa space, the luxury vacation rental space. And I'm going to spend the next hour with you, and I'm going to walk you through selling villas, understanding villas, and just learning a lot about Rental Escapes as a company, and also how you can market the villas to your clients. Now, throughout the webinar, I'm going to take some small breaks, give you an opportunity to ask me some questions. Please feel free to put them in the chat box. I'm not going to be monitoring the chat box, but Taina is, and I will ask her to just go ahead and share some questions with me. I will also ask you to please bear with me. I am coming out of COVID. I still have a bit of a lingering cough, so I may take an extra break here and there just to take a sip of water. But we will get through this. We will have a great time. And at the end of the presentation, I'm going to give you my email address, and I'm also going to give you my personal cell phone, so that if you ever need me for anything villa related, you can call me directly on my cell phone 7 days a week. Now, one of the things that I've learned in order to have a really good, efficient webinar is for me to come off camera. I do have some videos that are in my presentation. There's no music to the videos, but the videos do play much better if I'm not on camera. So I'm going to take myself off camera. I will share my screen, but then when it's time for Q&A at the end of the webinar, I will bring myself back onto the video. So bear with me 1 second. And Dana, if you can just please confirm for me that you do see my screen.
Yes, we can see it.
Yes, we can
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you. Okay, so let's get started. So let's talk about selling luxury villas to your clients and really earning some top commissions. But first and foremost, most importantly, who are we? Who is Rental Escapes? So we are getting ready to celebrate our 10-year anniversary in December. I'm actually on December 2nd. And as a company to celebrate, we're actually all heading down to the Caribbean to enjoy some time together in some of the villas that are down there. So we are very much looking forward to it. We are one of the leading luxury villa wholesalers in the industry worldwide. We are in the top 3. When you think of us as a company, don't think of us as an Airbnb or a VRBO, right? Those are more do-it-yourself type sites. I want you to think of us as a company that specializes in personalized villa experiences. What do I mean by that? First and foremost, we have never created the same villa vacation or villa experience twice. Everything that we do is completely customized and bespoke to you and your client. We have a portfolio of over 5,000 villas around the world. Now, compared to an Airbnb and a VRBO that have millions, we by design have about 5,000. We'll probably get to about 6,000. And again, that is by design. Why? Every villa that we bring on into the portfolio is completely vetted and inspected by us or by a member of the organization or a member of my team. If we don't set foot in that villa, it does not come into the portfolio. It is important for us to ensure that every guest going into one of our villas is staying at one of the finest and has the best possible experience at the villa. Second of all, with every villa reservation that you book, you will get complimentary concierge service from a team of experienced concierge agents at Rental Escapes. These concierge agents will work with you or if you want them to work directly with your guest, you can. We will not take your guest from you. You can work with the concierge. The concierge agent can work with the guest, depending on how you want to do it. But they will arrange all of the in-villa services, everything from massages, chefs, yoga classes, manicures, pedicures, birthday parties, mariachis, whatever you would like, as well as all of the in-destination experiences, everything from private yachts, helicopters, shore excursions, dinners on the beach, fireworks, you name it, we arrange it. We are available 24/7. We do have a 24/7 emergency line. So regardless of where a guest is at in the world, they can reach out to us and we will assist them, or we will answer their question, or we will set up some additional services. It is not uncommon for us to get a call Sunday at 5 o'clock in the morning out here on the East Coast from a guest out in Europe who's looking for some additional services, or wants to extend the chef, or needs help with the grocery or something along those lines. So we keep that 24/7 available. We do pay a 10% commission on every booking. And because of the support that we have for our travel advisor partners and the support that they give us, we have been running a bonus commission of up to $2,500 right now on every villa booking on top of the 10% commission. We ran it in the month of September. We've run it in the month of October, and it's for any bookings made in September or October of this year that will travel by December 31st of next year. Now, as part of our 10-year celebration, which is what we're doing right now, we will be coming out with an additional offer next month. We will be putting that out in our email broadcast. Now, before I continue, on the rentalescapes.com website, when you get an opportunity, if you go to the rentalescapes.com website and right on the homepage, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there is a link that says Travel Advisors. I would encourage everyone with us today to go on there and register. You would get a free account. That is going to build you in our system as a valued travel advisor. And it's also going to ensure that you get all communication from our marketing team and all communications from me personally. At the same time, and I'll talk about a little bit further on, by having you registered in the system, any quote that we book under you or any reservation that we book under you, should your client decide to call us direct or try to book direct, once you're registered in the system with us, that client is yours for life. So please, when you have a chance, go on to Rental Escapes and just register again on the homepage all the way down at the bottom. Lastly, and most importantly on here is no booking fees. Unlike the do-it-yourself sites and unlike some of our competitors out there that will charge booking fees of up to $1,250 for a booking, we have zero booking fees. You will never have a booking fee from Rental Escapes. Now, we do have cleaning fees and other fees that are associated with the villa rental, but we as a company will never charge you and your client a booking fee. So let's talk about some of the benefits of the villa. And from looking at the chat, I saw that there was a lot of new advisors to the business. Welcome. What I want to share with you is some of the big benefits of the villa or a luxury vacation rental. Okay. So first and foremost is comfort and convenience. And you'll notice with a lot of the villas that I'll show you today, things that I look for are open floor plans, upgraded furnishings, state-of-the-art kitchens, beautiful views, very comfortable furniture. All of the bedding has to be just supreme, mattresses and furnishings. Again, we want the client to have the best possible experience and have all of the comforts of home while they're on vacation. Now, some of these comforts vary by destination, right? Because a villa in the Turks is very different than a villa in Jamaica, and it's very different from a villa here in the Orlando area, right? And I'll show you some of that as we go through the presentation. Secondly, not because of the pandemic, but I get asked a lot of questions about cleanliness as a result of COVID. So cleanliness has always been something, while I had been in the business, that has always been at the height of every villa that I bring on into the portfolio. Every villa has to be deep cleaned prior to every guest arrival. In fact, we even have some partners that will have and leave a one space in between arrival and check-in to make sure that the home is deep clean, simply because of the size of the home. During the pandemic, we took a look at all the CDC guidelines. We took at all of the state and federal guidelines, and even we took at some of the international guidelines, and then we even added some of our own to ensure the safety and comfort of every guest going into our villas. With our villas, your clients are going to get a tremendous amount of privacy. They're going to get privacy, and they're going to get security. We make sure that all of the villas have safes in the homes, that they have the smoke alarms and fire detectors, and fire extinguishers, and so forth. Many of our villas are also located within gated communities. We have some villas here in the Orlando area where I'm at, that they're in a gated community, and then there's another group of villas that are inside of another gated community within the gated community, giving that much more privacy. Now, if you have VIP clients that need added privacy, our concierge team can arrange that. For instance, we had a celebrity who his family loved this one particular villa, but it backed up to a golf course. So what we did, we worked with our partner and homeowner on the ground, and we actually ordered 250 bamboo trees or plants, and we lined them all along the fence in that pool area, so that he and his family and his children can go out and enjoy the pool area without being spotted by anybody out on the golf course. So again, we can take care of added privacy. In terms of security, as I mentioned, we have many of our villas within gated communities, but if you have a guest who wants added security in the form of staff, we can arrange that for you as well. I will tell you, in Jamaica, all of our villas, as required by the Jamaican Tourism Board, come with a night watchman, and they're at the villa from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. every night. Many of our villas do come fully staffed or with staff. When I say with staff, it could be as simple as a housekeeper with daily housekeeping, or it could be with a private chef. When it's fully staffed, a villa will come with a head of house. It could be someone referred to as a head of house, a butler, a villa manager, etc. They will come with a housekeeper or housekeepers, depending on the size of the villa. They will come with a private chef or cook. The big difference between the chef and the cook is the level of training. Now, on the Rental Escapes website, every villa will show you whether or not it has staff and what type of staff is available in the villa. Okay. In Jamaica, all 160 plus villas that we have come fully staffed. In the Dominican Republic, many of the villas come staffed. Barbados, many of them come staffed. In Italy, many of them come with staff. If you have clients that want to bring their own staff, we have plenty of celebrity clients who want to bring their own chefs or their security detail. We need to know that. Some villa owners are very particular about bringing outside staff in, but we will work with you and we will work with the owners on getting those requests accommodated. Okay. Now, one of the things that we're also going to talk about during the presentation is the value, and I'm going to share the value with you because it's going to be really important when you're communicating with your clients and you're trying to sell a villa to one of your clients. But villas or luxury vacation rentals offer a tremendous value. When you look at everything that is included in the villa, especially a fully staffed villa, and you compare that to nightly hotel rates, which is basically a bed and a shower. When you compare that to some of the resorts that are out there, what you will find is that there is no greater value dollar for dollar than a villa. So with that, let me give you a quick example. So here is a villa in Punta Cana. Villa's on the beach. It's an 8-bedroom villa. It accommodates 16 guests. Okay. This villa rents for $1,675 per night, or roughly $11,000 for the week plus taxes. If you break that down per guest, it works out to about $732 per person, right? Now, with that value, what also comes is the cost of food. And if you look at the price of food at a hotel, or you look at the price of food at a resort, and you compare it to the fact that at a villa, you will pay grocery store prices. Now, there will be a nominal service fee for the staff to go get you your groceries, or our concierge team can arrange a pre-stocking for your guests. We will send you grocery list and menu options should it be fully staffed, and you can arrange all of this pre-stocking. So by the time your clients arrive, there is food in the fridge. Okay. But classic example is, for Mother's Day, actually the weekend before Mother's Day, my mom came up from Miami and we went and we had brunch over at the Four Seasons. That was $90 per person, right? So roughly $180. At a villa, depending on the food consumption, but you can factor in anywhere from $65 to $95 per person per day for 3 meals a day: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, on the higher end, when I say the 95, what's going to come into play there is going to be, higher cuts of steak, more seafood, like in the shrimp and the lobster area. But if you have, basic dietary needs of, beef, chicken, fish, etc., you're looking at $65 to $75 range. For me, when I travel, and I'd love to go to Jamaica, it's my favorite destination, and I usually stay at one villa there. The chef in the house knows I love to eat fish. So every morning before he comes up to the villa, he will go to the beach. The fishermen actually pull up to the beach, and he will go shopping right from the boats, and then he will bring up fresh snapper, fresh grouper, etc. every morning, right up from the beach. And the villa I also stay at, all of the fruits and vegetables that I consume while I'm there, they actually bring them from the garden. So it's a very green villa. Throughout my career, I've also gotten a lot of questions. Hey, Willie, my clients say this and I don't know how to respond. Or my clients have said that and I didn't know how to respond. And I really need some help in trying to close the sale. So I want to cover for you some of the big questions that advisors tend to get when it comes to villas. So first and foremost is, I'll just book it on Airbnb. Well, it's really not a good idea, and I'll tell you why. With rental escapes, we vet and inspect every villa in the portfolio. That gives you, as an advisor, peace of mind that the quality of product that your client is going to walk into is A+ 5-star. Now, I'm not going to tell you we're perfect. Things happen, they do. But we work very closely with our owners and our partners to make sure that if something happens, it is rectified immediately. We hold the standards so strictly that should a villa receive a complaint, I flag it in the system. If I get 2 complaints on the villa, I pull it. When I think that the average booking that comes through an advisor is $29,000 for 7 nights, 10 guests, I have the ultimate responsibility to make sure that you are taken care of and that your clients are taken care of. With Airbnb, they offer online booking. I offer no online booking. Why? I want to have a conversation with you. I want to understand your client's needs. I want to put them in the right villa for the vacation experience that they're looking for. So we're going to ask all kinds of qualifying questions. How many children in the group? How many adults in the group? Do we have seniors in the group? Why do we ask if they're seniors? Well, if you're looking to go out to Italy, there are some villas where you have parking at the bottom, and then you have to take 35 steps to get to the top where the villa is. If we have seniors, we need to know that so we don't book that villa, because the last thing we want to do is know that there are seniors having to climb 35 steps to get to a villa. If there's a special occasion or they want to be near a certain location, we want to know these things. Again, we're going to match you and your client with the right villa. We're open 24/7. I've heard horror stories of people trying to reach their hosts at all hours of the night, and they haven't been able to. You can always reach us. We support the travel advisor community, okay? And the biggest one is, if your client tries to book on Airbnb, who do you believe has the client's best interest at that point? It's Airbnb. However, if your client books with us, whose best interest do we have? We have yours and your clients. We will always look after you. We will always look after your clients. Villas are too expensive, right? When they hear villas, they immediately think luxury, really expensive. Again, if you break it down to a per person, per bedroom cost, and then you factor in the cost of food and you compare that to hotels and resorts, and dollar for dollar, villas are your best value. I will tell you, I live here in Orlando. I live right by Walt Disney World. I'm 2 minutes away from Walt Disney World. Our villas are 20 minutes away from me. We're about 12 minutes away from Disney World. I was saying earlier, the average Disney property right now is running $480 per night. The Grand Floridian is running close to $900 per night. That's a bed and a shower. Our villas have kitchens, state-of-the-art kitchens, themed bedrooms, home theaters, game rooms. Some of them have bowling alleys, ice skating rinks, laser tag, you name it. Our average villa here in Orlando goes for about $150 to $175 per bedroom per night. Best part, you don't have to share the pool with 1,500 of your closest friends at Walt Disney World. Okay? So if you have guests looking to come to the Orlando area to the theme parks, consider a villa, especially in the summer when it rains. The kids love staying in the villa because of just everything that goes on inside the villa. I'm going to speed us along just a little bit because I want to go into some of the product. So as I mentioned, we've got 5,000 plus properties. Here are all the destinations we currently offer. I am constantly adding inventory, either in the destinations we offer or in new destinations, okay? But you can see all of our inventory on the Rental Escapes website. It is updated almost daily. You can see rates, you can see availabilities, you can see photos, you can see everything. We do not have a private or a white label site for you to share with your clients just yet, but we will. Right now, please know that if you send them anything directly from Rental Escapes as a link, it will direct them back to Rental Escapes. However, in the future, we are going to be coming out with a white label site. We will make an announcement. Also, another important reason why I want everybody to register is because when we make that announcement, you will be among the first that can go in there and register and get your own white label site with all our villa inventory that will be updated on a daily basis, and just giving you another opportunity to grow your overall villa business. All right, so let's go into the villas and let's take a look at some of the product. And again, take a look at the quality of the product, through a lot of through the video slideshows that are playing, just so you can get a flavor of what I look for when I look to bring the inventory on. And I'm also going to talk about some of the value of some of these properties. Now, in the Caribbean, it is our #1 region for villas. The hottest trending destinations right now for villas in the Caribbean are, and they're in no particular order, Jamaica, Turks and Caicos, St. Bart's, Barbados, and the Dominican Republic. Those are your top 5 destinations. Okay, so let's get into some of these villas. So you'll see this villa in the Dominican Republic, just outside of Punta Cana. This is 14 bedrooms, 28 guests. Now the portfolio across the board, we have everything from a 1-bedroom all the way to a 45-bedroom estate. We also have private islands. Okay, so if you have guests that are really looking for privacy and security, and social distancing, we've got private islands. But this villa, 14 bedrooms, 28 guests, $13,000 a night. In the Turks, many of our villas, 5 bedrooms and up, come fully staffed. This is one of my favorite villas. I've got 2 favorite villas in the Turks. Tip of the tail is one, Awa is another. The chef at Awa, Jurita, is my favorite chef of all time. We are actually heading down to the Turks November 7th. We will be down there because we are constantly inspecting our own villas. We need to make sure that the quality of the product is always at its highest standard. So we are heading down there on the 7th. But here, tip of the tail, 5 bedrooms, 12 guests, $5,800 per night. And you can see it's on its own private little beach. Now, fantastic villa out in Ocho Rios. This is Promises. And one of the things that I want you to focus on here is this is 8 bedrooms, 16 guests, call it $3,700 a night. But this villa comes fully staffed. Now, we love this villa so much that our CEO, our COO, and myself, we have all stayed here. We love this villa. The staff here is absolutely phenomenal. And again, it's on its own private little beach. It has its own water toys. You can see the gym. This is a spectacular, spectacular villa. And when you consider that for $3,700, catering to 16 guests, fully staffed, there's no greater value in the Caribbean. Here is another villa over in St. Martin. Again, 7 bedrooms, 14 guests, 1,143. Now, the other thing that you may start to notice is the views. I'm really big on views. I want to make sure that guests, when they wake up in the morning, if they want to have breakfast, al fresco, that they can just wake up and just take advantage of a beautiful view. Or if they want to do an evening cocktail party and enjoy drinks poolside, that they have a beautiful view, or as simple as a cup of coffee in the morning. So I'm really big into the views. Now, before we get into Mexico and Central America, I'm going to take a quick pause and I'm going to take 2 quick questions and then I will continue.
Okay, great. So I'm gonna go through the questions just in order that we have them here. So far, the properties are amazing. I'm already thinking of clients that I can book. I know a lot of you are as well. So the first question, when we register, do we use the host agency info or our own?
You should use the host agency info.
Okay. And then is Archer a preferred partner with Rental Escapes?
I know you are a preferred partner with us. I've got to take a look if we have done the 2023 contract as of yet. I'm not sure, but if we haven't, it will be done.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah, we you know, the Villa Specialist team really enjoys working with the advisors of Archer Travel, and I see every day on the booking reports, I see the Archer Travel bookings coming in.
I'm sure we're gonna have more bookings after this training.
All right, so let's keep going. Thank you so much. Let's keep going because I've got a lot more to share and a lot more exciting stuff, and I want to get to everybody's questions at the end. So Mexico and Central America. So Mexico is our second most popular region, and there's 4 main areas in Mexico that are the hotspots: Riviera Maya, Puerto Vallarta, Punta Mita, and Cabo. Right, with the 2 most popular being Cabo out on the West Coast, you know, mainly for our West Coast advisors and West Coast clients. Cabo is huge, and on the Midwest and in the East, it's Riviera Maya and Punta Mita that will split. So let's take a look. So this is a property over in Punta Mita, 5 bedrooms, 10 guests. $4,500, again, $450 per night per guest. Okay, fully staffed, and take a look at this villa in Punta Mita, right? Stainless steel appliances, state-of-the-art kitchen facilities, impeccable views, phenomenal staff. I mean, imagine waking up to that view every morning. Here's one over in Riviera Maya. 5 bedrooms, 10 guests, $4,500 per night. In Costa Rica, what is Peninsula Papagayo is extremely popular. It's probably the biggest hotspot right now in all of Costa Rica. We have some amazing properties out there. This one is Villa Fram. You can see just the modern architecture of this nestled, you know, amongst the jungle of Papagayo, right? But this particular villa, 5 bedrooms, 10 guests, $5,500 per night. Absolutely gorgeous villa. You've got the pool that goes from end to end. And again, as I talk about views, look at those views, just incredible. So here in the US, we have plenty of inventory as well, and we're constantly adding inventory. Orlando is our number 1. California is number 2. New York and the Hamptons is 3, and then anything ski is 4. And the only reason that it's 4 is because it's very seasonable. Right now, ski is really popular. Now, this is one of my favorite, if not favorite, villa in all the US. I've stayed out at this property over in Telluride. That's the master bedroom, if you can imagine that view. But this particular villa, 6 bedrooms, 14 guests, $13,000 per night. We also have one out in Park City, Utah called Iron Mountain Chalet. which I'm fascinated with the architecture of that. The architect of that house, if you look at the aerial shot, and we have a photo of it on Rental Escapes, he took inspiration from an old fossil. And it's a ski in, ski out villa. Here we have a property over in Deer Crest, Utah, 6 bedrooms, 17 guests, $1,350 per night. It's got its own home theater. Here's one over in Big Sky, Montana, 12 guests, $824 per night. You know, and in terms of price point, I typically will not bring anything on into the portfolio under $500 per night. And again, that is by design. What I have found over the course of my career is once you fall below that $500 per night, you tend to lose a lot of luxury. Okay. So the portfolio across the board will, the villas will start at 500 and they go up to as much as about $150,000, $200,000 per night and everything in between. Okay. But what's important for you to know is I do have a villa for every budget. Okay. So if you come to us and say, listen, they're looking for $1,500 per night, we have villas available. Now, before I get into Europe, many of our villas are 7-night minimums. In Europe, since Europe is seasonal, it is a 7-night stay. For the most part, it is also Saturday to Saturday. Okay. In other destinations, and again, everything is on the Rental Escapes website. It will tell you the minimum night stay, and even will tell you the minimum night stay for any given time period. We have some villas that are a 1-night stay minimum. We have some villas that are a 3-night stay minimum. Now, during the festive season, some Caribbean islands will require a 10, 12, or even 14-night minimum stay in the villas. But you always want to check the Rental Escapes website to let you know what the minimum night stay requirements are in that particular villa. I just saw a question pop up on the chat. Excursions are not included in the nightly rate. However, some villas, you know, that are beachfront, as an example, they will come including with kayaks, paddle boards, snorkeling equipment, you know, anything that the owner may provide. If the house has a tennis court, they'll have tennis rackets and tennis balls, etc. However, if your clients want to go deep sea fishing, or they want to go snorkeling, or they want to go horseback riding on the beach, all of that is additional, and all of that is arranged by our concierge team. Now, it's important to arrange a lot of these services with our concierge team, because just like the villas are vetted, so are our partners who provide these services, right? If you say to yourself, well, I'm just going to go on Google and book something, you don't necessarily know who you're booking it with. You don't know if they're even going to show up. Everyone that we work with, we've been working with them for, you know, close to 10 years. Some, you know, a little bit less, but we have vetted them. We have experienced them. You know, when we go down in a couple of weeks down to the Turks, we're going to be meeting a brand new luxury transportation company, and they've actually agreed to host us while we're there. When we're down in the Dominican Republic in December, there's a couple new partners that we're meeting out there, and we're going to experience their services firsthand before we begin to offer those services to our clients. So that also gives you peace of mind. When you arrange services with us, we are there every step of the way, and all of these individuals are fully vetted. Now, going into Europe, the #1 destination in Europe is Italy. That is the hotspot. #2 is France. #3 is Spain, and then Greece and Croatia will flip-flop any given week in the #4 spot. So as I mentioned, we do have private islands. We've got private islands in the Caribbean, and we have private islands in Spain. Here is a private island in Spain for roughly $13,000 per night. So if you have clients that are really looking for social distancing, we have the private island. Okay, here is 2-bedroom in Greece, $620 per night. Right, so even if you have a couple that wants to get away, and they're looking for something small, we have it. If you have clients that love this one villa, but let's say it's an 8-bedroom, but they only need 5. On the site, you may see that the owner will offer a lower price for lesser bedrooms, okay? Or, and what will happen is you will book the 5. When the guests get there, the staff will ask, which 5 bedrooms do you want? And then they will go and they will lock the other 3. We have had clients who have thought that I'll rent an 8-bedroom house, I'll only pay for 5, and then I'll sneak in 3 more couples to occupy the 8. I will tell you that will not work. They will block those other 3 bedrooms, okay? Here's a property in Croatia. Now, Croatia was interesting because Croatia during the pandemic never closed. It was actually the only European country that was still welcoming guests during the pandemic. And they put out just an incredible product. You know, all of the architecture is very, very modern, and they offer just an impeccable service. We've got some more exotic destinations as well. Oh, sorry. So we do have properties out in Bali. We have properties out in the Maldives. Here's a particular property over in Bali. 6 bedrooms, 12 guests, $3,600 a night. Again, when you look at value, that's $300 per night per guest to be in a private villa in Bali. Here's one out in Thailand. Right, this is $850 per night. Again, also stunning villa. One of my favorites is one out in Australia, Villa Aqua. The view, I didn't get to visit this villa, but one of our staff members did. And the views out of this villa are just absolutely stunning. And this villa actually comes with its own yacht that the guests are able to use while they are there. And the views from anywhere in this villa they're just absolutely stunning. So as I mentioned, we offer full concierge services. We have a highly trained, so first and foremost, our villa specialists are all highly trained, well-traveled. Our villa specialists are constantly visiting the destinations, visiting the villas. We are constantly sending them out to the villas. Again, we're headed to the Turks. We're headed down to the DR. We have staff going to Aruba. I brought staff down to Orlando. We are constantly out there. So when you're working with us, you're working with a very highly trained group of specialists. Our concierges are just as equally trained, okay? We can arrange everything from as simple as an airport pickup all the way to a private jet charter and everything in between. I can tell you there is nothing that we haven't heard of. Our overall philosophy on the concierge team is no is not an option. Again, no is not an option. If the guest can think of it, and as long as it's indigenous to the area and legal, we can arrange it. I say that because in Jamaica, you can only imagine the kind of requests we get done in Jamaica. But we can arrange anything and everything. We can do destination weddings, we can do corporate events. We can bring Santa Claus to a villa. We can ship a Christmas tree down to the Caribbean if the guest would like. There is literally nothing we can't do. Okay. Our concierge service is complimentary. We do not charge for a concierge service. Many of the services that we provide, what we are charged is what we pass through right back to the client. So one of the questions I get asked a lot is, do you pay a commission on concierge services? We do not. It is a pass-through. We offer concierge service as a differentiator and a loyalty builder up against an Airbnb or a VRBO. We want to be part of every step in the villa experience for you and your client. However, one of the things that I am working on in an effort to support our travel advisors is to come up with concierge packages. And it is these packages that I am able to pay a commission on. Why? What we're doing is we are bundling a group of services and experiences together. And to make it more opaque, I am then adding a 5% increase to my total package cost. That 5% then is passed right back to the travel advisor. So if you book one of the packages, right now I've got about 7 or 8 of them. My goal is to have about 50 of them across the Caribbean, Mexico, Europe, etc. We will pay you a commission on the package. So, here's one that we've got in Barbados, which is a warm welcome package. We've got one in the Turks and Caicos. And again, working with the concierge team, understanding what guests really want, what they're asking for, we are bundling those together. Okay. Now, right now I'm offering 5%. Just my goal is to be able to get us to 10%. I'm constantly having conversations with our suppliers and trying to get the rates down so that I can mark them up just a little bit more so that I can get us to 10% commission. Now, booking with us is very, very easy. Okay. First and foremost, there are 3 ways to inquire with us. One is to call our toll-free number, which we have on our website. When you call the toll-free number, you will speak to one of the villa specialists. You can share with them what you are looking for, what your clients are looking for. Our villa specialist is going to ask you some qualifying questions. So things that you are going to want to know ahead of time: the number of guests, ages, especially if children are involved, their budget, their dates, their nightly stay, special occasions. Do they need to be in close proximity to somewhere? Okay. Any sort of travel habits that you can share with us that will also help us determine and provide you with 1, 2, 3, 4 options that you then can go back with your clients. Okay. You can go right on our website. Every individual villa has an inquiry form on the right-hand side. You can fill out that form, and that form will go into our back office system, and it will be assigned to a villa specialist. Okay. If you've worked with a villa specialist before, the system will automatically assign you right back to that villa specialist, so you can continue to build that relationship. If you call us, you can ask for your villa specialist. I would encourage you to maintain a relationship with your villa specialist. The more that they get to know you and the more that you get to know them, the better the overall experience is going to be, especially in finding villas for your clients. Lastly, you can always email sales@rentalescapes.com. When you email us, again, the more information you can provide, the better. The destination, the number of guests, etc. That way we can assign it to a client, to a villa specialist, and they can reach out to you. If you just send us an email that says, I have 4 people who want to go to the Caribbean in December, what do you have? You can rest assured we're going to send you right back an email with a whole bunch of questions so that we then can service you and your client and provide the best possible quote. Okay. Once we provide the quote, and we're going to give you anywhere from 1 to 4 options that you can go right back to your client on. Once your client has made the decision, we will then go into the booking process. Now, on the Rental Escapes website, the total package price is not on the website. What you have on the site is nightly rates. You will also have some language in there to talk about, taxes and fees and so forth. But you always want to talk to a villa specialist and get the rates from us. The email address was sales@rentalescapes.com. Okay. Once you've made the booking with us, typical deposit is once you're outside of 120 days, It's going to be anywhere from a 30 to a 50% deposit. Again, the villa specialist is going to let you know. Once you're within the 120 days, then it becomes full payment. Okay. The villa specialist is also going to let you know the cancellation terms. Okay. Unlike the cruise lines and the airlines, we work with 5,000 individual properties. Many of these owners make their own cancellation terms, their own deposit terms, their own payment terms. Okay. So the villa specialist will always share with you exactly what those terms are. Once the deposit is made, the booking is assigned to a concierge, and the concierge will reach out to you, introduce themselves to you, and you will know who they are. We typically will work booking anywhere from 8 to 12 weeks out. Okay. However, if you have a VIP who has some very specific requirements, or if we know that it's a Christmas booking, and let's say they're wanting golf carts in the Dominican Republic, we will work that portion of the booking to ensure that your client has a golf cart during the Christmas and New Year's holiday season. Because once you're 3 months out, there's no more golf carts. I will tell you, in the Dominican Republic and in Mexico, by June, there was no more golf carts for Christmas and New Year's. And we're actually on the wait list right now for about 30 reservations who want golf carts. We will provide email communication to you. From there, all future inquiries, you can reach back out to your villa specialist, and then you can ask them for any additional quotes that you may have. So as I mentioned, I was a travel advisor myself, and I was sharing earlier that one of the things that I enjoyed most during the pandemic was seeing firsthand how customers quickly learned that not using a travel advisor was a mistake, and a big one, and it cost them. Okay. They thought that they were smarter than an advisor. They thought they were more of an expert. They thought they could save more money. They thought they had more relationships. I'll just go do it myself. And during the pandemic, I saw firsthand how many of them lost money. They were at their wits' end trying to make alternate travel arrangements. And what I kept saying to all of them is, you should have used the travel advisor. Because of how much we value the travel advisors, we support them in every possible way. So first and foremost, we pay commissions. Second of all, we do webinars all the time. And we even do private webinars like we are doing tonight. We offer full commission protection. Again, as I mentioned earlier on the call, if you're registered in the system and you call and you put up a quote and you let us know that your client, let's say James Smith, here's the quote for him. If James Smith tries to call us, our villa specialists are trained to pick up the phone and call you right back and let you know, we have Mr. James Smith on the line. He's trying to book direct. He's trying to get information. What do you want to do? And at that point, you can guide us. If they booked, if you book them this year, but let's say they want to come back 6 months from now after their stay and they want to try to book, we're going to pick up the phone and call you and say, hey, Mr. Smith is trying to book a Barbados trip. We know he is your client. Do you want to reach out to him, or do you want us to close the sale on your behalf and just issue you your commission? I've had travel advisors tell me either. I even had a travel advisor this year tell me I could keep the client. They didn't want to work with a client anymore. At that point, I questioned whether or not we even wanted to work with a client, because if the advisor didn't want to work with a client, not sure I wanted to work with a client either. But we offer full commission protection. So that's why when you work with our concierge team, and we work with your client, we are not in the business of taking your client. Okay. We will also communicate with you services and everything that they are buying. Oh, very importantly, on the concierge side, since we don't pay commissions on the concierge because we don't earn anything on those services, they're straight pass through. If you want to add a service charge, you can let the concierge team that you want to add a $250, $500, whatever the service charge is, and we will pay that out with the commission. Okay. We do have advisors that will add anywhere from a $100 to a $2,500 service charge onto the concierge bill, and we will pay that out with your commission. In the very near future, I am going to be coming out with a preferred partner program for our advisors. Okay. Number one, we're going to increase the commission on those concierge packages. I am working on that. Number two, I am working on a travel advisor portal where you can go and you can grab photos and videos and all of that information for your own marketing. In the meantime, if you need photos, you can reach out to me. My marketing team will provide them. The only thing that is required when you use the images is somewhere on your email or something along those lines. You just have to put a small notation, photos provided by Rental Escapes. Why? We have contracts with all of our owners, and our owners get very particular if they start to see photos of their properties, out on the web without their knowledge. However, if they see that there's a tag, provided by Rental Escapes, they are fine. We are in contracts with them, and they now know exactly how that person got the photo. Okay, but you can always email us marketing@rentalescapes.com. Again, marketing@rentalescapes.com. You can let us know what you're doing. I'm looking at doing an email. I'm looking at doing a Facebook post or an Instagram post or something along those lines. I want to feature this destination, etc. Or I saw this villa, I want to feature this villa. We will provide you those photos for you to use in your marketing. Okay, so marketing@rentalescapes.com. I'm also working on a travel advisor points program. What is this? Well, we work so hard. You work so hard sending your clients on vacation that I believe you need to go on vacation too, and you should go on vacation with your loved ones to a villa. So with the points program, for every dollar you spend with us, you earn points. Those points are banked, and then you can take those points and convert them into cash that you can use towards your own villa stay. And then for agency owners, managers, etc., we do provide agency reporting. Now, I'm getting ready to come on camera. We'll go through questions. But before I do, I'm going to give you my email address, which is Willie, WILLIE, @rentalescapes.com. And I'm also going to give you my personal mobile. And my mobile is 407-946-5099. I keep my mobile right next to me at all times. Now, why do I give out my mobile? Well, aside from as a company supporting the travel advisor community, I was a travel advisor myself. And one of the things I'm most grateful of was all the support that I got in being able to grow my business from suppliers and friends in the industry. And by me giving out my mobile, you can reach me at any time if you need help closing a sale, if you have questions about a villa, if your clients are asking you questions that you just don't have answers to and you need those answers. If you need recommendations, hey, really, my clients want to go to the Caribbean. I don't know where to send them. They want staff, or they want a great shopping, or whatever it might. Call me. If you want to do a private villa night, right, where we do something virtual, and I go through a webinar like this with your clients, as an example, I am more than happy to do it. Whether you're out on the East Coast or on the West Coast, it doesn't matter. I am happy to do the webinars. Anything that I can do to help support you and help you grow your business, I am happy to do so. If you want me to get on the phone with you and your client and answer questions, I am happy to do that as well. Again, I'm not going to take your client. My goal is to help you grow your business, okay? But if you call me and I don't answer, just shoot me a text. As soon as I get out of my meeting or the call that I'm on, I will return the call, or I will shoot you a text message that says, I'm free at 3 p.m. May I call you then? I will call you. This includes Saturdays. This includes Sundays. If you have clients coming to Orlando, and you want me to pop in and just say hi and make sure that check-in was smooth, I am happy to do that as well. I am at your disposal 24/7, 365. With that, I want to thank you all for your time tonight. I want to thank you for the privilege of being here and showcasing who we are as a company, Rental Escapes, just how much we value working with Archer Travel, just how much we value working with you as individual advisors. And I'm going to turn it over now for questions.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Willie. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, put in the chat box how we're feeling about this presentation tonight. The loyalty to us as agents is just mind-blowing. We so appreciate that from you. I think you answered a ton of the questions that we had in the chat box, but let's go through really quickly and just make sure. I know we ran over time.
Bear with me, I'm just gonna come off camera for a second.
So we did put the email or the website in the chat that you go to register. There isn't a rewards program just now, but it's coming, as he said. I don't know if you got to see that, Robbie. And
yeah, it is coming. It is currently with our development team. We're having to make some big changes to our back-end system to accommodate this. But yes, it is coming. But again, I would encourage everyone, go to rentalescapes.com, scroll down to the bottom, it says Travel Advisors. On that page, you can create a free account. That account is going to get you into our system. Okay. And as I make announcements on bonus commissions, consumer offers, discounts, weekly emails, press releases, anything that will directly impact you and your ability to grow your business, you are going to get it via email just by having that account set up.
Amazing. You did go over in your presentation that you have Bali property available.
We do.
But do you service Puerto Rico or Spain? You did say Spain.
We do Spain. We do not Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, post Hurricane Maria, took a lot of damage. A lot of the inventory that we have there was severely devastated. And I've never gone back to add product in Puerto Rico.
Are you able to just pull up your slide that shows the list of destinations so that the agents can get a screenshot really quickly?
Sure. Give me just 1 second. Bear with me, I just got to find it. Okay, here we go.
Well, while he's looking for that, I see a couple questions in here multiple times about do they come with food? And he did go over that most of them are staff, but you'll be able to see that on the bill. Correct?
Yeah, so again, the villas do not come with food. Okay, again, every villa reservation is completely customized to your client's needs. Okay. In every villa destination, we have a grocery list that is tailored to that destination, right? So your grocery list in the Caribbean is different than your grocery list in Italy, as in Spain, etc. What I always recommend is for your guests coming to the villa, that at a minimum, they always secure basic necessities up front. Eggs, bread, milk, cereal, sodas, etc. Right? So depending on what time they arrive to the villa, they can wake up in the morning and let's say have breakfast, right? And then if they wanted to go out shopping after breakfast, they can, but at least they have food there. When you have a chef, our concierge team will work with you in crafting menus for your clients. If you have clients that have allergies, if you have clients that have very strong dietary restrictions, or very or they're vegetarian, or they're pescatarian, or they're kosher, right? We want to know that as well. We do have villas for the Jewish holidays that have kosher kitchens in them. Okay, whether so let us know about that as well. If you have children that have some severe allergies to nuts, right, we want to know all that so we can communicate that with the staff, okay, and with the chef. We'll ask, is it they can't digest it? Is it a cross contamination? We're going to ask all that information. We're going to communicate that right back to the house.
Okay. I have another question here. It says, what's the best way you would suggest to share the location and details with the clients?
The best way. Reach out to the villa specialists, and they can assist you. Or you can reach out to the marketing team and we can figure something out to share, whether it's creating a simple PDF or something along those lines. So they're reaching out to sales, they're reaching out to marketing. And interestingly enough, I'm on the distribution for both of those, sales and marketing. So I'll see it the moment I see that it's an Archer travel advisor. I will push that email to the top, and I will make sure it's prioritized.
All right, and the next question is asking about payments. Can you reiterate how the payments are made for the villa?
Sure. So again, keep in mind, we've got about 5,000 properties. Many owners make their own payment terms, their own cancellation terms, etc. But on average, deposits are anywhere from 30 to 50%, about 120 days out. The 50% tends to lean more towards if you're booking Christmas or New Year's, okay? And then final payments are typically due anywhere from 100 to 120 days. Some villas will even do 90 days, okay? We will accept credit card, and we will also accept wire transfers. With credit cards, there is a credit card fee that is charged. So wires are always encouraged. Any other questions?
Just checking here. Any of my partners see any?
Yep. If there, if we have advisors who specialize in destination weddings, we do weddings at the villas. In fact, one of our concierges, prior to her joining our team, she was actually a wedding coordinator. So if you book a villa for the purposes of a destination wedding, more than likely you will be assigned our concierge, who is a wedding coordinator, who will work with you and your clients in arranging a wedding. Right now, we're working on 2 weddings in February, one in Jamaica over at Fort Lynn's Point, and one in Mexico. Where the bride and groom, they've requested mariachis, and they're even doing a rehearsal dinner the night before. And then they're celebrating his 40th birthday the day after the wedding. Like, they're making it like this one long 7-day extravaganza. Also, if you need multiple villas, that's also important for us to know, because then we can find villas next door to one another. If you do corporate events, we have villas for that. Now, one thing I forgot to mention, if you go on the site and you don't see something that you believe might be fitting for your client, still call us. Why? I've got about 700 villas that I'm not allowed to publish online because of the exclusive nature, and or the person who owns the villa doesn't want the villa published. However, I can still send you a hidden link to that villa. So as an example, Michael Dell, the owner of Dell Computers, we have his villa. You'll never see it on the website. But if you have a client where that villa is a good fit for that client, we will share that villa with you so you can share it with your client.
Okay.
Okay.
One of the last questions, I saw some repeat questions and hopefully I'm not missing any. Are the mobility accessible?
We do have villas that are mobility accessible. And again, this is why, I said earlier, it's important for us to know these things up front. So when we're selecting villas for you and your clients, we can take that into consideration. So yes, there are villas out there that have widened doors. There are villas out there that have the railings in the shower, and there are even some that the wheelchair, as an example, can go into the shower. We have villas that have the lift to bring a guest into the villa. I'll tell you a very heartwarming story. One of my favorite villas out in Jamaica is Serenity on the Beach. And the head of house out there at Gladstone, there's a guest that actually goes out there and he's paralyzed from the neck down. And Gladstone will actually hold this guest in the ocean every day for 7 days while he's there. Just that he can experience the ocean. If there's guests with mobility issues and they want to do excursions, again, everything from the vans that we rent to make sure the wheelchairs can go in them to the boats that they may go on, etc. We will take all of that into consideration as part of the planning.
Okay. So we have a ton of thank you, Willie. Great job.
Thank you.
They're looking forward to book villas. They're excited.
Well, again, it has been my sincere pleasure. Hopefully, you all have been able to get a really good understanding of who we are as a company, how much I love villas, how much I love working with Archer Travel and supporting their travel advisors. Please take me up on my offer. It's 8 o'clock at night and I don't mind. I'm here. I'm at my desk. I want to help grow your business. I want to, be there every step of the way. To be part of your journey, especially for all the advisors who are new to the business. Again, when I got started in this business 32 years ago at Norwegian Cruise Line, and after 5 years there, I started my own company. I got a lot of help, and I still stay in contact with some of those people who gave me that help, and I'm eternally grateful for that. So if I can help you, again, please call me, please text me, please email me. You can even send me a WhatsApp. If you come into the Orlando area and you want to see some villas, give me a call. I can certainly arrange that. I certainly would love to hear from you, and I certainly would love to be able to meet you in person.
Thank you so much, Willie. We truly appreciate it. We have your contact information. If anyone wants to marketing team, please do so. We've also included that email in the chat box. Amazing presentation. We can't wait to start booking the villas.
Again, I appreciate it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do something really special. Everybody has my email address. Okay. If you book a villa between now and the end of the year, and you email me and you let me know that you've made the booking and what your booking number is, I'm going to add an additional $250 in bonus commission to your booking. But you have to email me so that I can add it to the booking manually. Okay, this is my way of saying thank you. This is, our way of supporting you as a travel advisor with Archer Travel. I don't do this for anybody else. Okay, so
it was already amazing, and you just upped the ante again for us.
oh, it is my pleasure. I'm just happy to help.
Thank you so much, Willie. We will be contacting you
Well, I look forward to it. I wish everyone a wonderful evening. I'm actually headed to Fort Lauderdale next week. Rental Escapes has been nominated and is a finalist at the Travies. So if anybody's going to Cruise World next week in Fort Lauderdale, I'll be down there. But I will be at the Travies Gala Dinner on Thursday. Hoping we walk away with the award for Best Villa Rental Company of 2022 as voted by the advisor. So to win this would be very humbling and truly a testament to the work that we do as a company.
Well, we're going to congratulate you on that now. You get well soon. We know that you're still recovering. Speedy recovery for you. We're going to go ahead and close this out. On behalf of our one-star platinum, Ms. Nina Jackson Mitchell, we want to thank you for attending and have a great week.
Thank you. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.